Former Sinn Féin leader Gerry Adams has won a defamation case against the BBC. Mr Adams claimed he was defamed in a 2016 Spotlight programme and a subsequent online article, which he said falsely claimed that he sanctioned the killing of Denis Donaldson. The former senior Sinn Féin official was shot dead in Donegal in 2006, months after admitting being an informer for the police and MI5 over 2 decades.
Gerry Adams had claimed the BBC Spotlight programme in 2016 was a hatchet job, was reckless journalism designed to smear his reputation as a peacemaker. His lawyers told the court the single anonymous source who said he had sanctioned the killing of police informer Denis Donaldson had not been verified, merely corroborated by other shady sources, including disaffected Republicans. The BBC said they had taken the utmost care with the programme and said the allegation was corroborated by at least 5 other sources, including security contacts. The jurors returned with a verdict after deliberating for almost 7 hours. They said the wording used in the BBC programme and article did mean that Gerry Adams sanctioned the murder of Denis Donaldson. They went on to reject the defence by the BBC that it was fair and reasonable to broadcast it in the public interest. They awarded Gerry Adams €100,000 in damages.
From my perspective, taking this case was about putting manners on the British Broadcasting Corporation. I know many journalists. I like to think that I get on well with the most of them. And I wish you well, and I would uphold your right to do your job. But the British Broadcasting Corporation upholds the ethos of the British state in Ireland. And in my view, it's out of sync in many fronts with the Good Friday Agreement.
The BBC said it was very disappointed by the verdict of the jury.
I said in the witness box that I had nothing to hide, only sources to protect, and I want to thank them for trusting me. I'm a big believer in trying your best in life and going about your business with integrity.
Gerry Adams' legal team said today's outcome has provided a full vindication of their client. Diane Connor, RTE News at the Four Courts.
The BBC said it had fought the case to defend its journalism, and the result raised issues about libel laws in the Republic. The daughter of Denis Donaldson said the only way for the truth about her father's killing to emerge was through some kind of cross-border public inquiry.
BBC Northern Ireland has a long history of reporting the Troubles. Its award-winning current affairs programme Spotlight has been to the fore in that. The director of BBC Northern Ireland, Adam Smith, said it hadn't wanted to come to court, but had done so to defend its journalism. Northern Ireland's past, he said, was difficult terrain for any jury, and he thanked the Dublin one for its diligent consideration of the evidence. But there was this caveat.
The implications of their decision, though, are profound. As our legal team made clear, if the BBC's case cannot be won under existing Irish defamation law, it's hard to see how anyone's could.
DUP leader Gavin Robinson said the result left the BBC with significant questions to answer. How had it found itself paying out a large sum of licence fee payers' money in damages and legal costs? Mr Adams' solicitor posed other questions.
This case could and should have been resolved some considerable time ago, thereby avoiding these very significant financial consequences. And it begs a question as to whether there's been any political or other outside pressure on the BBC to take the stand they had taken.
The murder victim at the centre of this case, Denis Donaldson, barely featured. His daughter Jane issued a statement. She said her family was still no closer to the truth, that it had supported neither side in this case, and that the public interest could only be served now by some form of public inquiry with a cross-border dimension. The €100,000 in damages is significant. That figure is likely to be dwarfed by the costs. Conor McCauley, RTE News.